So not a lot of people are talking about the SCHAR-H or the SOR-556 MK2, and in this video I'm going to show you why you should be talking about it and maybe why it's kind of being slept on at the moment. But before I get into all of that, welcome to my video. My name is Xeptha and this is my SOR-556 MK2 class up video. I'm not going to give you guys blue balls, I'm going to get straight into it. So here's the setup that I usually run with and I'm going to explain why. Now on Battlefield 6, also before I get onto any advice or tips that I give, I am new to the genre. If there's any old heads out here that have been banging out Battlefield for a really long time and I do say something wrong, please do correct. I will not be taking it personally. I am here to learn. Regardless, I am good at the game. I could show you my stats. There's been times when I've gotten 100 kills, 70 kills, 60 kills constantly, 80 kills or whatever. Like, I do get a lot of kills. Now, I know what you're going to say. This is Battlefield. This isn't Call of Duty. It's not about kills. The way I play my objective and the way I defend the objective is not by camping in the objective. I stay outside the objective, making sure the infantry doesn't get inside the objective. I am a killer. I am a disruptor. Do not judge me, okay? I am not... Listen, if I have to jump on the objective because we're about to lose the game, best believe I'm jumping on the objective. I don't care about my KD. That's not the way I play. I play a very different maybe we can get into some gameplay later on. Anyways, back to the class up. So the reason why we're taking a silencer on Battlefield, there's a bunch of enemies and a bunch of people looking at their radar 24/7. Any minute you fire your gun without a silencer, you are on their radar and they are gonna chase you. I can't stress this enough. You have to have a silencer. It is insane if you don't. You are asking for death. I have nothing more to say. Please take a silencer. Now, regarding which silencer you want to take, I don't know. It's up to you. The way I see it, they're all silencers. Just give me the cheapest one. But that isn't true because if I look at the stat on the last one, this one gives us hipfire accuracy. So there clearly is a bit of difference. Maybe one's going to allow you to have more range. Maybe one's going to allow you to control the recoil better. Regardless, I don't care. This one's good enough. I'm taking it. Now we're going to take a look at the barrel. This barrel here is worth the same as the first two, but is a combination of these two. So I don't see why I wouldn't take it. You might be engaging people at super far distances. Now, you might not if you're using a gun like the M4 with ridiculously high recoil, but you have to understand something, and this is why I love the SCHAR-H. It has a slow fire rate. It already is easier to control. Now when we take this barrel, it is going to allow us to have much better recoil control and handling of the gun when you fire for a longer duration. That is why we're taking it. That is what the heavy barrel is and what it does. So great, now we're going on to the under barrel. Now you can even take this one and save 5 points. It's not that deep, it's not that serious. Like I said, with the SCHAR-H you can easily control the recoil and it does fire slow and it feels super easy to control. You can do whatever you like with this. However, the next best recoil control attachment is kind of 10 points more, which is really expensive. That is why I decided to go with the SCHAR-H vertical. Like, I believe you need a silencer. I also believe you need a magazine attachment, one that's going to help you reload quick, and have an extended mag would be amazing. The issue I have with this attachment here is it costs 30 goddamn points, and that is expensive. Now the next best magazine attachment that I would recommend you to use is this one, because it only costs 10 points, which is 5 more than the base, and you at least get to reload fast. So yes, you might not have that extended magazine, but when you do need to reload, you will be reloading quickly anyway. So hopefully that would make up for not having any extra bullets into your magazine. And technically, if you look at it like this is just 10 more bullets, but it's 20 more points. And you're still going to reload fast. So is it worth it? It's up to you to decide. If you play super flanky, then probably will be. But if you don't, I would definitely recommend you to go for a different build, which I'll show you towards the end of the video. We are at maximum capacity right now. We cannot even play with anything, but there is one attachment here that might catch your interest. Probably going to be this one with synthetic rounds. There is a noticeable difference, and this is what you want to put on if you do want to start to tapping people to the head. I've tried it, it was fun, but at the same time I've also taken a hit in other areas where I'm like, oh yeah, but I need this attachment and I don't have it now because I just want to do extra headshot damage. But then it's like I'm not constantly landing headshots either. Sometimes people are so far away and their heads are so tiny, it's impossible for me to even land a headshot. So is this attachment worth it? Like, it feels great when you do get the headshots, but are you going to be getting headshots constantly? And if I'm not going to be constantly getting it, is this attachment worth it? That's the kind of thought process that I went with, and That's why I decided to just go with an all-round good gun instead of just like a little gimmick or... So that's sort of what I did. But if you do want to change it up, then there's something that you can do. But yeah, coming on to the optics, honestly, I had a great time with the mini flex. I prefer the mini flex over this one because this one just seems so small and there's not enough space. Ideally, with your optic sights, you want more space. So there's like, can you see how this one's very compact and small, and you're just going to be looking through like a tiny hole? You do not really want that. But yeah, the sight that I go for is this one. Why? Because like I said, you want more space, and this gives you a nice circular round picture. I can actually show you in the firing range on what this sight gives. Now it is great, but there is that stupid green arrow, and you might not like it. You might just prefer the typical dot, but I promise you it is not that bad. And when it comes to the gun's recoil, it is very easy to just beam people across the map and just not worry. This gun just isn't moving at all. It is one of the easiest guns to control, and I'm sure you've already seen it in the clips that I've showed you at the start as well. So here's my issue, right? With the M4 carbine, I know people are raving about it. I know people are telling you that it is the best gun and whatever, but it does have some drawbacks that you need to consider too. The issue that I have with this gun is it fires way too goddamn fast. Now I know what you're saying. Oh, you know, my steak is too juicy. What kind of a complaint is this? But that's not what I mean. Because this gun fires so goddamn quick, most of the time I'm only able to kill 2 to 3 people before having to reload. With the SCHAR-H, I can easily kill more people because I'm very... Like, the gun doesn't just beam half of its mag within half a second. Now, granted, this is also a pro. When someone pushes me up close, I can just hit fire with the M4 and shred them. So there are pros and cons to this gun. It's just, it's not my style of AR. It is great, it is okay, but I believe, call me crazy, the SCHAR-H is better, especially for me. And I remember specifically moments where I'm shooting people with the M4 and sometimes they're just not dying, and especially in those long range encounters, this gun sucks. It sucks so bad and I hate it. I don't know, really hate this gun, and I did try my best to build it, but like, look, can you like it's pissing me off already. The accuracy of this gun just isn't good. Even when you're aiming at the target, it sometimes doesn't go there, and it's got like this weird wobble, and you need to invest way more heavily into this gun's recoil control, to the point where you'll see builds online and they don't even have an optic sight. You're cutting so much out of this gun just to make it usable, and that is what I don't like. So that is why I'm sticking to the SCHAR-H, and for me the SCHAR-H has been the best assault rifle so far. Right, the other build that I was talking to you about, what you can do is you can save some points, go for the 30 rounds fast mag. We still need to save 5 points. I mean, you can just do something like this and then go for the synthetic rounds. Now we only needed 5 points, that's why I took off the optic sight, because there's no other way we're gonna cut a corner. I think maybe you can cut your corner like this if you want to go for this instead, and then still keep your optic sight. If you really need an optic sight, I guess you can definitely make this work too. It's just you are going to take a bit of a hit on the recoil control. However, you are also going to be doing a shit ton of damage. Well, you know what it is? I think online, because, you know, people get injured and stuff. I specifically remember like 2-tapping people, but maybe it's just, you know, like I said, other people are injured and stuff by like grenades or whatever's going around them. Honestly, at this point, you need to have 2 gun setups ready anyway. When you're playing on a big map or on a map that requires long distance engagements, definitely go for the SCHAR-H. When you're playing a medium to close range map, you can consider going for the M4A1. That's just what you don't have to pick. This isn't like you picking a football team. You can easily just switch between the two, you know, like. And I feel like that is what Battlefield is. It's a game where you have to adapt a lot constantly and make adjustments to what you need or whatever your team needs. You might even need to switch to a sniper if your team needs a sniper. But yeah, that is my SCHAR-H setup, or my, I shouldn't be saying that, the Battlefield guys are gonna get pissed off, the SOR-556 MK2 setup. And if you did appreciate this video, you know what to do. Show the love, show the support. Until next time, I will be seeing you guys later. Take care.